Welcome, everybody, to Horror Conversations. It's a special Monday night edition because yours truly was sick last Thursday. Ha ha ha. Back again. We are doing shopping con tips and more today. Welcome, everybody. It is our favorite demons, Destiny and Stephanie. How are you?
Hey, everybody.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You just getting your day started?
No, I just don't know what time it is.
Very fair. It is 7 a.m. and that is your alarm to wake up. So everybody start getting started. It is for the night. It is for the vampires and the night owls to get out there. So ladies, we're getting kicked off. You have a couple of announcements you just made recently for guests. Do we want to kick things off that way?
We can. I'll also tell you if we want to drop our next one early, it's one you don't even know about. We've had a bit of a shift since the last time we talked to you. And so we've kind of got a big, giant old surprise. And we're going to drop that name later this week. So, yes.
Ooh,
but
all
yes,
right.
so today we announced Jonathan Breck. And we have confirmed with Troy from the Creepers Truck that he is going to be there. And so we have got not only both of those guys who are amazing, but we are going to do our pro photo op with Jonathan will actually be in costume at the truck. And so that'll be really, really a lot of fun, something a little bit different. So on top of our other things that we have interesting plans for photo ops that we'll be dropping as we go, but that one's definitely going to be a lot of fun for sure.
Oh yeah, that's going to be so much fun. I mean, I'm not going anywhere near him in that costume or near that truck, but that's just me for one. But I also the other last week, because we didn't get to announce it last week, Alexandra Esso from the Pope's Exorcist and so many Mike Flanagan projects is coming
Midnight
as well.
Club.
Midnight Club and
Midnighters.
Midnight Mass and so many others. So, and Beatrice Bopel was the week before, right? So
yes.
So.
Is it Bopel or Bopple? Because I couldn't figure that out. Because you said Bopple, Steph.
I'm not going to insist I'm right.
I can spell it. I can type it, but I can't say it.
As we're spelling it right at this point.
Somebody comment and tell us, how do we pronounce this? That's a really good, and you guys are going to announce again later this week. Somebody new.
Yes.
Oh man, this is going to be a fun one.
Okay, so well, right now I will say that there was one of our guests that's coming up that we'll be announcing that you've already behind the scenes called Shotgun for the Q&A for. You might want to change your mind when you hear this one, I'm guessing. Yeah. So we are ridiculously excited to be announcing later this week David Arquette.
What?
We've got Dewey coming, yes. Eight-Legged Freaks, and we're very excited. Very excited about this one. This one's going to be amazing. Very excited to see him. We haven't had anybody from Scream, really, so this is a good one.
And
that's fantastic.
A subsequent little announcement. This is actually going to be our 16th guest. David is.
Nice. That's fantastic.
So we're changing the numbers a little bit.
Well, when all the stars line up and you say, you know what, let's do it. Let's bring him in. We go ahead and go to 16. It's David Arquette. So, but
5 years of fear. It's bigger than ever.
We wanted to get that announcement out right away for everybody. So that's going to happen later this week. Hey, we're trying. Nice. We're going to have to actually up our game a little bit on how we handle our celeb lines, which we wanted to do anyway, but it's for sure going to happen this year. Not just some of the guests we've already announced with David coming, and a couple more that are about to be announced. I think are going to be. It's going to change our organizational level. We need to be running at a little bit. But there's some really great announcements still yet to come, and ties in with those people. So it's going to be an amazing year for sure.
And I think important thing to remember, if you guys are in the area, even if you're not in the area and you're willing to travel to it, there's volunteer sheets still open. You can go over to the website. It's linked down below. Sign up to volunteer. Also, vendor applications are still open. Make sure that you guys, if you guys want to sign up to have your storefront there or something, make sure you sign up to be vendors there. It's a great opportunity. It's a great place for it. There's great space, the whole nine. Yeah, it's just an perfect convention space for vendors to be and kind of just have tons of people come in and really see all of your stuff in a nice, convenient, comfortable location.
And speaking, we're obviously going to come back to vendors because we're talking all about shopping today. But speaking of people traveling in for the con, we actually have a partner hotel this year. This is the first year we've ever had a partner hotel, which locks you into a really great rate. And it's also in stumbling distance of our Saturday night party, which we are, deep into planning at this point. So yeah, the information of that will drop this week as well publicly. It's already been sent to our insider email list. So if you're not on that list and you want to know stuff first, go on that list. It's on our website.
Yeah, it's not just stumbling. It's up to your room.
Elevator.
All you have to do is leave the event space and find the elevators and remember what room you're in, and you're all set. So
easy peasy.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
That
would have come in handy for me last year.
Huh?
That would have come in handy for me last year, definitely.
Because apparently you can't hold your hellfire. I don't know. Whatever. You can't hold your demon spirits.
I can't hold my demon biscuits. That's the problem.
I was going to say his breakfast biscuits is what did it. Yeah. So we've also our tickets are up. So our VIP tickets are still available.
In limited quantity.
We have sold out those every year, but so far we do still have them available right now. I want to say it's usually about April that we have sold those out usually. And our weekend passes, and being either a VIP or having a weekend pass is the only way to get in on Friday night. And if you've ever been to any of these cons, that is a great time to get to some of these celebs, because there's just not quite the traffic level there is on a Saturday. So, I mean, come and make a whole weekend of it with some of the things we've got planned. There's plenty to do. But we did actually get our single day tickets out there as well. So people that can only come out the one day, those tickets are now out there and available. So we do have that.
I did want to push, so everybody knows, filmmakers, there's still time. March 4th is a regular deadline to submit to the film festival. So make sure that you guys get your film submitted. It's right up on the website. Again, linked right down below. You cannot miss it. Submit now. Get it in there before March 4th.
And I don't know if we've talked about it at the in a previous show, but for those that have been out there, know that we have two main panel rooms, one of which actually has the great projector and screen, and we've been able to show films in there before. Knowing that we were bringing the Film Fest back, we wanted to be able to highlight some of those films without taking up all of our panel slots for other content that we could put out. So we added a third panel room so that I had enough room to do films and some of the great speakers and things that we've had in the past that are coming back, and we've got some great topics on the list already. And then we also added a fourth room that we're calling it's like a workshop classroom setup, and we're going to be doing some cosplay, makeup, prosthetic, how to apply and paint prosthetics, and actually a intermediate class also for that, so you can actually learn how to sculpt and mold your silicone, and then the application of those. So really got a lot of fun stuff, and we haven't actually gone out to all of our vendors yet, but we're going to be polling all of them. So there's the chance for the vendors to actually come in and do the demo, or even a make and take, some sort of a
creepy craft
teaching kind of a situation where we can make a little bit more of a mess than we can in our regular rooms. So
now for something like that, do you have to be a vendor to sign up to teach a class, or can you sign up for something in another way to just teach like a course in that?
if somebody wants to suggest content, programming options, they're absolutely willing to welcome to email us and send that information over. And if they're not a vendor but would like to actually come on board as a panelist or come on board and teach something, again, just email me. And right now everything's being dumped on one big giant list, and then we're going to start going, this one's Friday, this one's Saturday. We'll start plugging up that schedule and filling everything out. So,
and I'll make sure to
still time to get it to us.
Yeah, I'll make sure to link the email down in the description below after the show.
Okay.
So okay, that's great to know though. And damn, 4 rooms. Okay, that's gonna be a lot of running. Can I have like one of those little motor scooter things I can sit on that just like kind of brings me all around? So
I bet we
I have
could
to
get
be-
one
In
from
your
the
own,
program.
yes, I'm not providing that for you. They're all right next to each other. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna ask the hotel if they have one.
The fairgrounds might.
Actually, I'm going to have you kind of in the middle. There'll be the two. You'll be sitting right between 2 panel rooms, and then the others are right there. So, I mean, I've got you centrally located to all of it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, it's gonna.
fancy.
I'm going big this year. I got new equipment, everything. I'm ready to go. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun. And also, I'm ready for the seance. I'm bringing back the dead. I'm bringing back.
I'm trying. So one of the
Okay.
benefits of coming to the con on Friday night is that you actually get first look at all of the vendors, which is what we're supposed to be talking about today. Segue. See, I made a segue out of your segue joke. I'm
Even
so
better.
smart.
You did it better.
I did it pretty good. I'm learning.
No, you did really good. So the vendor applications
dumb.
are open, and actually that's a great point, and I'm glad you brought it up. Guys, you need to sign up. Like this is, and Fridays are perfect for this. You're right. You're going to want those VIPs and those weekend pass holders to come in and like have that extra time and just be able to set up early. You know, don't just come in for that Saturday and Sunday. Like that Friday is kind of pivotal now.
I mean, it really is. And there's a lot of things that we do only on Friday night. So we're still working it out right now, but we have 2 things happening on the stage that will not be happening the rest of the weekend. And one of them I can't talk about because we haven't announced him yet. But we have some fun entertainment. But again, it's a little bit more of a party atmosphere, but it's that chance to really get the lay of the land and look at those vendors and see what all there is to offer and get in and even get a chance to get in with your celebrity guests before the line gets a lot longer over the weekend. And also some photo ops that we might only be doing actually on that Friday night. So, there's so much to do with all of the different content, 4 different panel rooms, the stage, over 100 vendors, all the celebrities to see, all of this cool stuff to do. And then we've got some after hours stuff. It's really, we've grown to the point where it's really tough to do this con in one day. Not and feel like you're not making concessions and giving certain things up to do it.
Especially with 4 panel rooms. Let's be honest.
And you know what? I'll say this too, from somebody who buys standpoint. So a couple of years before when you started this, like I had let things sit. I was like, you know what? I'll just save it for tomorrow. You know, Friday night. I'm not going to go because I had too much to do. So like I was running around, and I let things sit, and they were gone by Saturday. You know, and
that was the point I was going to make.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to step on it, but like,
no, you're good. As an artist, though, right? As somebody who sells stuff, I'm not painting that more than once. It's an original piece. I'm not doing it twice. So, like, if it, especially with original art and collectibles, which obviously most vendors only have one of that thing. If you want it, you should buy it. Like you should just get it. I remember last year, I was one of our vendors was telling me that they actually sold 4 original art pieces, like large ones, by noon on Saturday. Like, if you wanted that and you were going to come and get it at the end of the day, it was already gone. So original art,
Yeah.
collectibles. Plus, a
So
lot of these
there's
people are small businesses. They're only making like 20 of something. They're not making a bunch of everything.
And one of the things we don't talk about with this venue very often is just the sheer it's the state fairgrounds. So it's this big building and it's a lot of walking around seeing all the vendors and doing all the things, but it's nothing but a giant field of free parking all like all the way around it. Nothing but you can so easily buy that big thing, and most of the vendors will hold on to things for you too, but it's also very easy to go, all right, that's it, I'm running this
To the
stuff
car.
out to the car so I don't have to cart it around all day long. Because we do, when you come in with the wristband, you can in and out. They're color coded, so you can in and out all you like throughout the day.
I think it's important the size of the building is important, especially because right behind you is our venue map from last year that shows all the vendors in the grid system and how many vendors there are that you can shop with. So there's also a lot of variety and a lot of selection, which is really fun. From dead things to live things to
yeah, we haven't started curating our vendor slots down because of the way we do the building. We have so much flexibility. So I don't have to be like, we can only fit this many people. So we have to curate and be very careful about the ones we choose. We have a lot of space. So I do cut it off because also at the same time, I mean, reasonably, you can only do so much. So I do like it to be this nice, healthy balance of things to do. And I don't want it just nothing but vendors. But we haven't started curating it yet. So you may see somebody, multiple people selling collectibles or T-shirts that are similar. But at the same time, it is very, very, very heavily artists. And they have different mediums they work in. But it is not just cookie cutter vendors all throughout the event. It is so much really interesting stuff. And they surprise even me because I think I know what kind of stuff they do. And then I'll see it pop on their Facebook page going, hey, we made a thing for Carolina Fear Fest and we're bringing it.
And we're like,
that's kind of cool. And I wouldn't have expected you to do that. And that's amazing. That's awesome. So
yeah, I've never, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I've never walked the aisles. We do that a lot to kind of, show things. I've never walked the aisles and felt like I'm walking down copies, if that makes sense. Like where there's similar on every aisle. Now, and actually, I've had to go looking for things. We do scavenger hunts because, I collect pops. I collect a lot of different horror stuff. So, like I haven't been able to find everything at one spot. So that's always a good testament to having a spread out vendors, and really where you got to go for everything. So I've always found like a lot of value in how you guys cultivate your vendors.
Yeah. And I don't, you can't really department store it. You get people, you can't put all your T-shirt guys together because a lot of those T-shirt guys are selling T-shirts of their artwork, which they're also selling. And and people that make jewelry are also making this thing and that thing. And people that do woodwork are not all the same. It's people do so much different stuff that I can't very well put them together if I wanted to. Because there's just too much overlap in what they offer. But also at the same time, I don't want it to be a department store. I don't want to go down the T-shirt aisle and the jewelry aisle, and these are all authors, and these are all artists, and I like it mixed up. It should be an exploration. People should feel like they've got the time to just walk around and explore. I love the online shopping myself. I don't, if I kind of have to be drug kicking and screaming into a mall, maybe once a year because I have to, and that's it. But I can't shop for the cool stuff you see at these cons. You can't. You don't know what to look for. You don't know you don't know what cool thing you want until you see the cool thing. And so you kind of have to start walking around and just discover these things. The coolest things I've found at any kind of convention have been something that I slowed down and paid attention and happened to stumble across. Because it's usually not even the main thing they're selling. It's something that's off in the corner on the table and you go, but that's really cool right there. That's awesome.
I really like that idea.
Goes home with you. And I would never know to go look for that. Like, how do you search on Etsy something cool I would really like? Horror.
Yeah.
Trust the algorithm.
Yeah. So it's really hard to do that. So I like the idea of just being able to walk around and just take my time looking at all of the stuff that there is to find.
Plus, it's really
Yeah.
fun to like tell your friend, like, okay, take a left at the cow heart and go 3 booths down past the custom rug of the scream face, and then ghost face, and then take a right at, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's with the layout we have and like discovering things. Like, I really like that. I really like that. It's fun. It makes it an adventure, a shopping adventure.
And I like how it's mixed up too, because you have a lot of independent filmmakers, podcasters come in, stuff like that, and they'll they'll get their vendor booth and they'll come in there and they'll sell their stuff too, their merch and stuff like that. And so it breaks it up so people can go in there and now have conversations and maybe learn about their art, or crowdfund for them or this, that, and the other thing or whatever they're doing. And so it doesn't feel like I'm just buying. Now it feels like, okay, I'm meeting new people too, or like some of the actors may be there, stuff like that. Like it always feels different, broken up, like you guys are saying, but you feel like more part of the community when you do stuff
Yeah,
like
I like that.
yeah. So
I have heard vendors in the past, but they're having a conversation and talking about a specific film or a specific subgenre or a specific type of merchandise that somebody starts a conversation with a vendor about, and that vendor says, well, I don't have that, but you need to go like 4 booths down this aisle right here, and there's a guy on the left, and he's has this in his booth, and ask him. He's always got amazing stuff. And they'll even help each other out and point people off in the directions that help. Um, it's really hard to explain to people to not go into a convention like this with any kind of specific expectations. Like you say, you collect like pops and whatever, but if you go in with this open mind of just let's see what there is to find.
oh yeah,
What cool shit am I going to see today? And then just kind of let it take you.
that's my stuff. I like to go to these conventions, especially CFF, and like buy like stuff for Christmas. Like because my kids
thinking ahead, man.
Yeah, my kids like horror stuff, so like I'll think of like their because and I got to think ahead, like what are their shirt sizes going to be in December, stuff like that. Like so or posters will they like for their room, stuff like that. So like there's like so I'll run around and kind of pick apart like what they like and stuff, and there's always stuff, I always find things that everyone likes. Even my wife, who isn't a huge horror fan, like I can still find stuff she'll really enjoy, that's horror-esque. Like that she's just like all in on. Like there's certain aspects that she really likes.
And another part of the weekend thing, I tell people, like part of it, getting there on Friday night or being a VIP so you can get in the door before everybody else, so you can straight to those celebrities with the lines. But another, it's a balancing thing depending on how it's important to you. If there is a particular celebrity or two that you like, this was my favorite franchise and now this person's going to be here. Not everybody already has that really cool poster or that thing that defines that movie for them. Mm-hmm. And even though the celebrities all have usually very great shots, movie stills and things in front of them that they will sign, you can find some of the most amazing things among the artists and the vendors, because it's not just the attendees that are trolling our website and our list. As we're announcing things, we have vendors that are taking that information and they're skewing their inventory a little bit to help match some of those celebs in a lot of cases. And so you can find some really great things. It's a little bit, again, of a balance. Do you want to get there with no line or do you want to find this really cool thing you want to have signed first and take your chances? But being there for the whole weekend, there's always a time that you can catch them. So
yeah, I remember when CJ Graham was there, a couple of people, like they had some special, one of the artists or vendors there who makes hockey masks was there. They made some like different type of hockey masks and people were buying them up and like getting them signed by them. And it was very cool.
Smart.
So yeah, like stuff like that. I definitely see what you're saying. Like you're going to want to get in there early. But even if not, like if you want to go in on Saturday, we get it. But like give yourself that time. Like, and also like if you do go Friday, you do go meet your celebrities, you get your stuff from the vendors. Remember Saturday and Sunday, the panels. Remember there's there's games.
The
There's
films this year.
shows, there's films, there's a whole community of people who just want to hang out. There's so many people who are just getting there, going, like it's the 5th year, and there's already people like on the Discord or in the groups talking about, okay, we're all going to meet up here. Let's all meet up here and like get together. And it's just so cool to watch, especially in this 5-year period. Like it's a lot of fun.
And again, Friday night, while you can get a lot of those things knocked out because the crowd will be a little bit lower, we also have things like our stage entertainment that you can't get the rest of the weekend. Are you going to take an hour to go watch the fun thing I can't talk about on the stage? You can. Will that take away from your shopping time? You're never going to get all the shopping done and get to do some of those cool things. But it's
especially with just a day pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally worth it knowing that you have the whole weekend. You're not in there with this stress, like there's crowds, there's lines. You don't feel like you're not as pressured to try and get as many of those things in to maximize your day as possible because there's always the next day. So, and it's also nice, and we were talking about with the vendors, with the shopping, a lot of other conventions tend to use the convention center style venue. A lot of those they're not set up the same way the big giant concrete venue we're in can be set up. So we have that flexibility to lay those vendors out so you actually have a little bit of aisle space. So you can stand at a vendor booth and not feel like you're in everybody's way, which for me, oh dear God, like I'm Midwest polite. The social anxiety of in the way just takes away from all the fun, So I like, where you end up having a little bit of space and you feel like you can stand there and you're not tripping people and knocking them over. And, having that little bit more room to me makes the whole thing a little bit more relaxing. Just
enjoyable. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's you're being modest. It's a lot of room. I mean, the Yellow Brick Road was smaller than the room that you guys have between the, the vendors, but it's a great time. And guys, even if you get the day pass, that's your intention, use it. It's worth it. Like, you're going to have the time, use that day pass, make sure you get in there and take full advantage of all of the vendors, cause they're there, you're going to get lots of very cool stuff. I can't get over how much cool stuff that you're going to find. Like there's some really inventive. What?
I just had a really good idea. Go ahead. There's inventive.
No, there's just really creative, inventive things that people put together. Like there's that I get I love funky, weird stuff. And especially hard. That's true. You make some really cool stuff. But especially horror themed stuff. I really dig it. So, walking around there, I always find some really cool stuff.
My really cute idea was that we should do a little mini gift exchange. So we'll each buy like a little thing for each other, and then we'll do the show. One of the shows after the con, we'll give it to each other. We'll put it in a box so that you can't open it until that show, and it's a little surprise thing that we found for you at the con. It'd be cute. It'd be a cute little thing. A little
I'm doing it.
Halfway to Halloween gift exchange, I guess. I don't know. It's June-ish. It would be. I don't know.
I'm gonna do it Friday night, people. So I get the good stuff.
Yeah, suckers. You're not getting any of the stuff we're buying for $10.
What's up, Radar? Thanks for
joining me.
Oh man. So you guys got to keep privy to all this stuff and make sure that you're following along social media. Everything is linked below. Make sure that you are you just get your tickets now. Save the money now, start saving, get your tickets now and start saving up for all your, meeting all your celebrities, all the vendors, all the food you're going to want to eat, the party, because it's going to be amazing. I heard the host that they got this year is awesome. I don't even know how
to keep telling him that. It keeps him happy. It's fun.
It's fine.
I heard he's going to eat crackers from now until the show.
You mean
nothing else?
94 days?
That's it. He's just
94 days of crackers.
It's just going to be a really thin guy. I don't know who it will be. It's either me or Justin Hartley.
Oh, I was wrong. It's 95.
Is it 95 days away?
Shush.
I'm sorry. I need it for social. I need to know these numbers.
It's 95 days away. People.
I have to live with it. You have to live with it.
Just to get off shopping for a second, I did also speak to Star and Dean Jones from Atlantic Pacific Studios and the original Hollywood Horror Show Haunt. They have been our hosts every year for the special effects battle. We did get confirmation from them that they are going to be there, so that battle is on. So if you are or know the special effects artist, we are doing that again. And I think we're going to keep the same basic layout that we've had in previous years. So the first year is your original character, first day. And then on Sunday, we do a secondary battle, and that's your grab bag surprise. Here's your paper bag full of stuff. Make it work. So, yeah, that is back. That will be back on again for this year. So, and we have also confirmed up cosplay. So we will be doing a cosplay contest on Saturday again this year.
All right, only if I can go as the guy from Hitchhiker's Guide. Sure. In a bathrobe and a towel.
I'd like to point out also that both of those contests, both the SFX battle, SFX makeup battle, and the cosplay contest, both have prizes that you can win. So even if you didn't get something from a vendor, you might be able to win something from a vendor, which is pretty fun. So, but obviously buy from the vendors.
You should make me like a monster.
Steph, please.
We don't have time. You'd have to shave. We can't do the latex with the beard.
I'll shave.
I can make it work. I can shave on it.
You should make me look like I have a beard.
There you go. I'll give him a fake beard.
Shave it off so we can put on a fake one. Yeah.
I'll shave it all like right before, and then if you make me look exactly the same, we have to win. I'll go right back to the panel and look like nothing ever changed.
Or better yet, I use something really weird for your beard.
Okay, I'm down.
Like I give you like a feather beard, or like spaghetti. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
What is it with you and spaghetti?
It's the creepy pasta thing I did a bunch of years ago.
Look at this face. Do you see nothing but spaghetti?
No, that was SpaghettiOs.
The only way to make you horrific is to open up cans of SpaghettiOs. I don't understand it either.
That was a completely different concept.
I have a hard time looking at cans of SpaghettiOs now because I just see my face whenever I see them. Well, I realize everybody watching or listening has no idea what we're talking about. But you know what? I know. I was gonna put SpaghettiOs on your torso, not your face. The spaghetti on as the beard thing is a reference to creepy pasta. Get it? Creepy pasta. Because I once put a bunch of spaghetti on my face for a contest. Don't worry about it. It's confusing. Why the flying spaghetti monster? Tell me now. I need to know.
I will tag you in the picture. I'll post it. Tag you in it so you can see what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin to wrap things up, we're going to kind of go over everything we sort of talked about and go over some maybe last minute tips for shopping at the con. Anybody have any last minute tips as we go along? I know for me, please don't go ahead. You're much better at it than I am.
VIPs get a bag, get a tote bag, which is really, really, really handy for when you're shopping because you can put all the stuff in the bag, but also, bring a reusable bag. It's useful. Just like a folded up one. Like it's just a good thing to have on you when you're going to be shopping a lot. Save the vendors a little money. Use a reusable bag.
I like it. It's very nice.
Those little paper bags are expensive, man. Especially if you like stamp them or put your logo on them or something. Like, it's expensive.
I like totes. I like reusable tote bags.
Exactly. That's why we give them to our VIPs.
I've never received one.
You should be a VIP then.
Because we give them to the VIPs and we never really have them left. But yeah.
That is the best way. Somebody told me I'm not very important.
You should be.
we also do, if you're not coming in on a VIP ticket, we do also sell tote bags that say Carolina Fair Fest, and those are always back at the merch booth. So I
along
mean,
with t-shirts and bookmarks and other cool stuff.
We have coasters and bookmarks, and we haven't even figured out what this year's going to be yet. So yeah, I mean, we try and find put on the con people expect, but do it unexpectedly. So we try and have our merch go beyond just t-shirts from the con. But we actually have t-shirts from almost every year. We still have a few left from previous years with the artwork on them, or the logo t-shirts, which we have a couple of versions of. So there's plenty of things at the merch booth. Definitely don't skip out on that, because there's some really, really interesting things that you can find.
And when it comes to the year art, we don't reprint it. So that's like a one-off thing. If you like this year's art, buy this, whatever the thing is with this year's art on it, because we're never going to print it again. So, and she has an excellent example nearby, I'm sure.
Well, I was going to show the, so like this is our coaster. It's stone. And it comes with little feet on it. So it can be little rubber feet. So it's little stone coaster thing that we have. Just to try and do things a little bit.
It has the logo, which I'll show you guys right now. This is the logo.
I'm sure they've seen that already.
Guys, if you don't know what it is, this is what it is.
But each year we do a different art piece. Like you can see last year's, the year before that. Those are the programs up there on my back wall. So each year we use the artwork on the program, on a t-shirt. Usually we have one special edition thing, like a bookmark, or we've done totes, we've done water bottles, we like one thing and a t-shirt that has the art on it. So that is a limited edition. And it's a local North Carolina based artist, or, tri-state area. I'm pretty sure they're all from North Carolina at this point, but yeah, local artists. So we're supporting them. They're supporting us. They're helping us make our con a little more exciting every year with something unique. And we've actually started this year's, and it's going to be really cool. I'm very excited. He's a great artist. What's announcement to follow? Huh?
What's the tri-state?
Just like, Florida, South Carolina. Oh my God, Florida. Sorry, I'm
South Carolina, Virginia, and North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah, the 3 states on the East Coast that are, the Carolinas plus Virginia.
I'm like, is Tennessee one of them? I wasn't sure which one was which.
It can be. You guys are welcome to come to the con if you're in Tennessee.
Love it. Still or have anywhere my water bottle from 19.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Love it. Yeah, no, they have some awesome designs and stuff like that. And I always like doing that. I always like collecting the designs of different conventions throughout the years, because I just always appreciate that you guys do that. Like, like you guys and other conventions always put together different designs for each year, and especially using different artists.
So we have, this one's from a couple of years ago, but that was our artwork for the year at the front of our program. But the program also has the map, which I'm not going to zoom in so you can see it, but it, with all of the booths laid out and labeled and where everything is. And I know it's one big giant building, so it shouldn't be that hard to figure out where stuff is, but this lays out where everything is. But the tip for shopping is, I don't remember where I am as I'm walking around and spinning around and going up and down different aisles. So if there is something you want to earmark for somebody that you want to bounce back to, use the program. Circle those booths that you go, okay, before we leave, we're shopping again. We're going to go back around to these people we've highlighted and see what all we want to get. That's one way to do it. I know I'm old, and I'm sure that there's plenty of people. I do it as well too with the phone, like take photos of things, and then I forget to go back to my camera roll. And
never,
look at the things
never
I took
ever.
photos of. So
not one screenshots of places I want to go.
Definitely a way to do that. But there are people that like the online shopping more than me, and I would also suggest that you, as you're going around, even if you don't buy anything from them, if you really like the style of that artist or the type of products that they're carrying, gather those business cards.
Or take a picture of the business card.
That way you can go back later and start following them on social and have that go-to when you're looking for a present and can't remember the names of any of the people that were really cool that you wanted to follow.
Good advice, yeah.
follow-up tip that is related to that, our ticketing page actually has a marketplace where all of our vendors can put their information into their own little like portfolio, like profile. So you can actually look at the vendor list before and after the con and find the names of the people that you can't quite remember and follow them that way and find their names that way.
Oh, that's
Yay.
awesome.
Marketplace.
And if there's any of them that you're already following, really excited about, maybe even been talking about doing something larger, either a big custom piece or they carry something that's larger or specialized, get with them before the con and let them know you're coming, because they might be willing to bring that thing and hold it just for you.
So you don't have to pay for shipping.
To pick up, so you're not paying shipping something if you're going to see them, at the con.
That's smart.
Most of them were happy to do, bring those sideline sale items in and just let you pick up there. It saves them the trouble of finding a way to box it appropriately to ship, and makes it easier on everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great advice. I never even thought of that. You start thinking of that for the futures. I love that.
And it's worth looking at their socials, checking out the marketplace and following people and seeing what they might have and kind of pre-shopping. I find that I'm getting tags on social at this point where vendors are like, we're making this for Fear Fest. So, it's cool to see what they're bringing to this show that they can't bring to another show that they normally do that doesn't necessarily have the horror vibes to it. So like a regular craft show or art show, they can't necessarily bring all that gory stuff with them, but they can bring it to us because we love it.
No, it's great advice. And what tags are we using this year for CFF?
Carolina Fear Fest 24. I've also used Carolina Fear Fest 5 a couple times, but that's just because I like that it's like a sequel name. I just think it's funny. But 20. We usually use the digits of the year at the end.
So CFF 5 a new beginning?
We actually did a post when we announced the dates for the con asking people to come up with a sequel name for us, and there were some very, very funny ones. The Fear Festening was my favorite. The Fear Festening, yes. Fear Festering?
That would have been
better,
funny,
actually.
Film Festening.
No, we already talked about the fa Psycho Killer Kiss Cassay.
I know. Guys, keep that in mind too. Again, March 4th is the deadline for the film festival, so make sure you're getting it in. Submit your films.
I'm sorry, it'll never not be funny. We didn't come up with a name. We will eventually. Horror. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's on the shirt.
I love it. All right, everybody. Unless we have anything else, anybody else you guys want to add? We'll probably start to wrap things up. But guys, make sure you get your vendor applications in and your volunteer applications. Those are big right now. Mm-hmm. And you're running out on your deadline for the film festival. Now I'm thinking.
Sorry.
You threw me off.
And stay tuned for posts on social asking for your opinions on things. We did one a little while ago about workshop ideas, demonstrations. I'm going to say it like that forever now. Demonstrations, workshops, crafting, those kind of ideas that you'd like to see at the con. But there will be other stuff. There will be panel panel topic suggestions, I should say, and other things. So go ahead and get involved. Help us build the con that you want to go to.
I love that.
So far, it's the con we want to go to. So
we're pretty cool, and
we're pretty great though. So
we have managed
doing this for a long time.
Our like stupid dad joke punny side a little bit squashed down, so it's not too much. But
yeah, okay.
I feel like you
I don't hide them in things all the time or anything.
You need a suggestion box pun, like a digestion box. No.
That would be funny if we made it a torso of like a cadaver torso, and you put it in, and it just like goes down the intestines and like falls into a little jar.
Oriental Trading and buy a whole bunch of like little notepads that are shaped like bananas and tomatoes, and so it's a digestion box. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm making that now, and I actually have an empty torso in my art studio right now. That is going to be that. Do you remember the one we used for Frida? Rest of name redacted. I have one of those in the studio. That body form thing that we used for Frida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make her a little intestine
There you
box.
go, everybody.
digestion
Get your
box.
suggestions. Get them digested by.
Suggestions digested by intestines. There you go.
Karen's torso.
Karen is a
Karen-
solid piece, though. She's
Yeah, Karen's a solid mannequin that we have all painted up, and she goes.
she has freckles,
headless.
dude.
We
I'm
take her
not-
to all the shows, and she wears the Carolina Fair Fest shirt to help us market the event.
Stop murdering Karen, Radar. God, stop it.
I think that ship has sailed, but
completely cut off at the neck and all bloody and at the neck. And then I know one time we were trying to make it more appropriate for the event we were at. So we actually
like
took
a
a dowel rod
Comic-Con.
and a big talk bubble that hung like behind her, so it pointed at where the mouth would have been, and it just said like Raleigh's Horror Con, like mind blown. And yeah, we made it a little comic-y for the Comic-Con we were at. So
That is awesome. I love it.
but yeah.
All right, everybody.
I have
So,
picture of that
as a
somewhere.
recap, as long as David Arquette's not watching this show and we've scared him off, we have David Arquette
Oh no.
coming out too.
Oh, he's in. He loves it. We love you, Dewey. We appreciate you coming to the con. Guys, we're gonna be back in March, and we're gonna be doing like 2 episodes a month. So get in there, talk to us, let us know what you want, get in the digestion box, let us know what you want us to digest and bring to the convention.
It's a thing.
It's a thing now. And until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan, joined as always by these wonderful women who I appreciate so much for the amazing convention they put on in Carolina Fear Fest. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you so much, Destiny. And until next time, guys, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Guys.